Welcome back to this video. So in this video, we'll be seeing about backend technologies. Okay, what is mean by backend and what are the languages to use backend to build a server side? Okay, so in backend we have the various layers, and the layer is called the first layer. I'll be telling you now. So first layer is known as this is mean by server. Okay, so let's take this is I'll be like making this thing in a clear way. So let us assume this is mean by server, right? So this is mean by server. There will be a bunch of racks. You'll be seeing in uh, what I can say many websites. So there will be a server. Okay, this is how the server looks like. Okay, let us assume this is mean by server. Now we will be having as another layer called database. Okay, this is how actually database. So this is for reference, so not for not database look actually looks like this. So just for visualization I am drawing this. Okay, okay, actually this is how you know that this is mean by databases. Okay, that is mean by db, database. Okay, so this is a server. Okay, so first client, at the client side we'll be having the website, right? From the website, user will be giving some requests. That means if you take an Amazon, so we have the button called order now at the end of completing our order, right? So after finishing our payment gateway, after filling the addresses, all the thing, when you click this button, that means when you click this order button, the request from the front end will be go to server. Okay, this is mean by request from the client side to the server. So this is a server. So entire backend part, that means entire backend part consists of two layers, that is mean by server plus database. So this is the two part will be having in the backend. Okay, so this is how backend describes in more familiar way. Okay, so first we will be sending a request from the client side, from the website to the server. Server will have some unique features, that means some unique codes, that is mean by API. So this data, I mean this API will tell us where to save the data or how to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, this is API. So API is a bunch of codes which used to interact with the front end and back end. Okay, now this part, I'll be erasing this part now. Okay, so after getting the correct API request from the server, server will send the details to the database to fetch or to store the data. So now we need to store this order, okay, in this database. So that is mean by request. Okay, we'll be requesting the database to store the data. Now the data will be stored here, okay, in a rack. At last, after giving the data after the database gives the response, okay, now the data has been stored, server will return us some response which will be as order successful. So this is how actually backend works. So server, that means server plus this, that means server plus database equal to backend. So this is how actually backend works. So there are so many languages to develop a backend. That means to develop a API, develop a server. So we have so much languages to develop a database also. So at the topmost language used for developing a server is JavaScript. So we can use JavaScript for developing a server side using a framework called Node.js. Okay, and second thing, we can use Python using Django and Flask. So you can use this both the frameworks, Django or Flask, F or D. Okay, we have many languages for developing a backend part. So like PHP using Laravel, and fourth is like Ruby, and fifth is like we have so many things like TypeScript or a bunch of codes we can use for developing a backend part. Okay, we'll be developing this entire codes like server plus database. So this is how actually backend works. We'll be using JavaScript to build and server part, or we can use Python, PHP, Ruby, or Java, or anything else. Okay. Now, what are the languages for develop in the databases? We will be seeing this in next video. And what are the database which will be available for free? We also will be seeing there. Okay. Thank you for watching this video.